Hey, and welcome to Cool as a Cucumber Psychology podcast channel. I'm Dr. R, your licensed therapist, straight out of your favorite country, Mexico. Welcome to today's episode on Cool as a Cucumber Psychology. I'm Dr. R, your guide on this transformative journey of healing and self-discovery. Today, we're going to dive right into one of the most powerful tools for personal growth and emotional well-being. Can you guess what it is? If you've been following me, you know what it is. It's the inner child work. Do you understand what the inner child work means? Do you know how to do it? We're going to do some grounding. We're going to do some picture work, and I can't wait. Whether you're familiar with the concept of hearing about it for the first time, this episode is all about understanding what your inner child is, why it matters, and how you can start reconnecting with this essential part of yourself. Did you know that the inner child is sitting front and center in the command station of your emotions, how you deal with things, and mostly how you show up and present yourself? What is the inner child, you ask? The term inner child refers to the youngest version of ourselves that still lives within us. This just isn't a metaphor, It's part of the psyche. It holds the earliest memories, emotions, and experiences of our lives thus far. Our inner child carries both the joys and the wounds of our early years. When nurtured, it brings creativity, curiosity, and a sense of wonder. But when it's ignored, it shows hurt and it manifests fears, insecurities, and patterns that affect our adult lives. Do you know why you self-sabotage? Do you know why you self-harm? Who told you that you were worthless? Who showed you love? Who didn't show you love? Who helped cultivate you into the person you are today? Let's go back and figure it out. Let's go and meet your inner child. Why does the inner child matter so much? Many of the struggles we face today, whether in relationships, self-esteem, or managing our emotions, can be traced back to unmet needs or unresolved pain from childhood. Did you know by reconnecting with your inner child, we can identify those wounds and start healing them? Think of it this way. If your adult self is the captain of the ship, your inner child is the compass. When the compass is ignored, the ship drifts off course. The inner child works to help us realign and navigate life more authentically. How long have you been on your healing journey? Whether it be with me, another therapist, another person of spirituality, how long have you been on it? And how long have you been working on your inner child? Have you even began the journey with your inner child? I bet you if you begin it, it will show up and make it easier for you to understand who you are and why you respond the way you do. Let's take a moment. Relax. Thank you once again for joining me on my second podcast. I'm so happy to have you. And I hope that with today's episode, it helps you come to your senses and stop fighting the inner child. Stop ignoring her. She needs you to show up. She needs you to allow her to show up. Why is the inner child important for me? It's always been important to me, but right now I'm planning an inner child review and retreat in Isla Mujeres, Mexico, March 20th through March 25th. I hope that you take today and give yourself a moment to think about your inner child and then meet me at the retreat. I want to see you. I want to help you do the work. But for now, let's go into how to begin your inner child work. Here are a few questions to reflect on. Number 1, what were some of your happiest childhood memories? Number 2, what were some of the moments that caused you pain or fear? Number 3, if you could go back and speak to your younger self, what would you say? These 3 questions are super important. Number 1 and number 2 go hand in hand because With our fear and our pain and trauma, we completely forget about the good times in our childhood. And those good times need to be seen, they need to be felt again. Not so that they can erase the trauma, that's impossible, but so that they can also open and renew a new perspective or an old perspective that life is worth living because it wasn't that bad. Take a moment and write down what you think, what you have thought of, answer the questions, and then let's start to point and uncover the needs in your emotional inner child. Okay? Another simple practice that I love to do, and if you've worked with me or working with me, brace yourself because you know I'm going to ask you for that picture of you. It's important to sit and look at how you used to be as a child. Acknowledge yourself. Do you have on your favorite outfit? How's your hair? Do you remember what perfume you like? My favorite, I'll never forget it, was the Mary Kay bubblegum. Oh, I used to love that. And then the strawberry shortcake fragrance. Oh, I love those. To this day, I'm still big on fruit flavors and fruit aromas. And I remember, if I was to sit here and close my eyes with you as I shall, I remember when I would just love to get the Avon book or the Mary Kay book and just circle stuff and tell myself, one day I'll be able to afford everything in here. Nobody's going to tell me no. I'm going to work real hard so I can get all these fragrances. And now, absolutely adore perfume. It's all over my dresser. All right, let's get back on point. We know how the brain will wonder. So, as you look at your photo, I want you to reflect on the emotions that come up. What does the photo do or say to you? How does it make you feel? Don't ignore her. Listen up. What does your inner child need from you at this moment? Listen to her. Pay her close attention. I have an interactive exercise for us to continue with. Are you ready? Are you ready to take this grounding journey with me? I want you to put your feet on the floor, solid to the floor. Spread your toes, ground yourself, close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and imagine yourself as that child. Imagine who you used to be. How do you feel? Are you happy? Are you scared? Let's just take a moment. Let it resonate. You don't even have to see yourself as the girl you were in that picture. Just see yourself as the girl you are. Who's in there? What is she saying? Picture where you are. What are you wearing? How are you feeling? Now, as your adult self, approach her. Let her know she's safe. Ask her, what do you need from me? Let her know that you have time today to talk to her, to nurture her. Apologize for ignoring her. Give her a hug. Love on her a little bit. And I want you to say these words aloud. It could be something so simple as, I see you. I'm here for you. Notice how these words help you to connect with your inner child. That reconnection piece is so important. Remember that connecting with your inner child helps motivate and modify the adult that you are today. So as we go back and we do this reconnection, I want you to give it all you got because this is literally your second chance to do life the way you want to do life. This is the chance that you get to unravel things that you really don't believe in, that don't really stand to your liking. This is your opportunity to go in and reteach yourself. Give yourself that opportunity, love, respect, and space to be you, authentically you. As I close out, I just want to say that this is the beginning of our journey into the inner child work. Over the coming episodes, I'll explain more on the concept much deeper, share stories, bring on clients and patients that I have guided through this work, so that they can express to you their journey as well. Remember, you're not alone. Remember, healing your inner child is a gift, not just to yourself, but to everyone around you. You want to be a better you, a better mom, a better wife. The inner child is where it's at. It allows you to show up as your most authentic and empowered self. I want to thank you for tuning in. I always like to keep my podcast short and sweet and to the point. So that way you're not bored and just feel like you're just listening to me yapper and yapper and yapper. Please feel free, though, to interact with me on all my social media platforms. Cool as a Cucumber, Cool as a Cucumber Psychology. I offer one-on-one therapy sessions, peer support. There's a ton of subscriptions, newsletters, and more. Also, tune into my YouTube channel. I plan on continuing the conversation there on the inner child. Look forward to interacting with you. Have an amazing day.